YouTube, what's going on today, everybody? Back here with another video, and it looks like we got a little bit of communication on SEI's lack of communication, and I just wanted to go over that with y'all. This is something we pretty much told yesterday in the testing group, but it has made its way to the public eye. So this is from Varus, and it reads, "I've had this conversation with our focus testers this week, and I think it's probably helpful to repeat what I've said in that chat here, especially around some feedback that has so far not had comment from us. If we're not talking about a thing, especially if that's quite a common discussion point for players, it's usually because we're still discussing it internally. There is a lot of moving parts and a lot of stakeholders, goals, and other things we have to balance. And that can be frustratingly slow sometimes, but it's a reality of working anywhere." That's true. That is true. Damn, where did I leave off? But it is working anywhere. And it is especially true in game dev with a relatively small studio that has just shipped its first title. Totally understand the lack of comms can be confusing or frustrating, but hope folks know that I am always bringing the player's voice to internal discussions, and most broadly, as a studio, it's a thing we care deeply about. But often while that process is happening, comms is tough. So the stakeholders part was interesting to me because it's something I haven't even thought of, honestly. And I don't want to pass off anything as fact because I get it. I'm I guess pretty close with them. And then two, it's one of those things where you get on YouTube and everybody has a conspiracy or a reason why. And they'll never let you know that, hey, this is my thinking. I'm not 100% sure though. Of course, I'm not on the inside. I'm not going to do that. I'm not on the inside, right? I don't know, but I want to say the stakeholders probably were the ones pushing for this release date to happen when it did, so they can get this game under people's Christmas trees, right? Get those holiday sales for the game. And yeah, because honestly, even just the release date of this game made no sense. October's packed. October, for people that play games, October's packed. This was easily a game for most people to skip in October. Now, this is backfired because there's a lot of negative publicity around the game's name in online spaces. Now, in the real world, it may be completely different. But online, you can't go anywhere and not see, dang, I'm glad I got Sparking Zero instead of this, or I should have got Sparking Zero instead of this, or, I'm glad I saved my money. Fight Night Champions better. So, man, it shit backfired. It backfired because gaming nowadays, there's just too many options. There's too many options. If you are open-minded, there's way too many games for you to try. So if a game does not hit it out of the park on the first impression, and it already doesn't have a big community like this one, man, it's not looking good for a revival. Now, me, on the other hand, right, I know that this game, there's a slim chance, there's a possibility still, it's really the only chance of me getting the boxing game that I was talking about wanting, how long ago now? 8 years, maybe 8 years ago? 2018, 2016? Or, around 2018, about 8 years ago, when I was talking about Hard Knock Nights and whatever the other one was, Round for Round, right? So I'm hoping for the best. I'm being a little too, I don't want to say lenient, but I'm sticking around a little bit longer than I honestly should, and other people should, because I know Fight Night's coming, but I don't think they'll try to lean into simulation. Now, the quality of that game is going to be top tier, but I just don't think mechanically it's going to lean into the simulation side. And as far as like the other games, let's talk about the other games, right? Because I don't talk about them. What is the one with the solo dev? I don't trust that dude. I'm gonna be completely honest. After that Instagram post, even some of the comments in his videos, I'm not giving that dude a dime. Doesn't seem there's. I'll just leave it at that. I'll just leave it at that. And then the Muay Thai game. I think people are forgetting that's a Muay Thai game. And while what I'm seeing is very impressive, we actually haven't seen anyone pick up the controller and actually play the game. So it's kind of like we're going down the same path with this game in a way where they're showing off good stuff to our faces, but in the back end, it could be a complete mess, and they could have to take some things out. And by the time that game comes out, it can be a completely different game. But I already see some, like, I wouldn't be surprised, at least from what I heard, content creators are talking to them, basically in bed with him, staying on track. Yeah, there's those other two games quality wise, because I'm not gonna talk about them. They're not generating even the buzz that ESBC got, so I don't think their quality and production will be up to par, even near this one or Fight Nights. And I'm talking about just the overall aesthetic. The mechanics could be good, right? Because what I saw from the Muay Thai game was good. It looked good. But again, they would need that funding. And then when you get funding, right, you get that funding, stakeholders, shareholders, whatever. I don't know if those are two different things or the same thing. Stuff starts to change. Deadlines are starting to creep up, and it's just a whole different vibe change, right? So they're not there yet. And if they ever do get there, there could be consequences for that, as we're seeing with SCI. What else did I want to discuss? That's pretty. Oh, and then too, as far as testing the game, I'm not gonna lie, Buddy had put a whole like spreadsheet of like issues or whatever was wrong with the spreadsheet or whatever was wrong with the test builds. I should be able to say whatever I want because y'all ain't suing his ass. Y'all ain't coming after his ass. So I should be able to just say whatever the fuck I feel, right? But I won't because it's a respect thing. But Fight Night Finest is the MVP. I want to say he does not talk a lot in these chats, but when he says something, it's something I'm like, bro, yeah, that's completely right. You're completely right. Once we get out of this power punching meta and we get this stamina and we're able to have a full block health and be able to actually trust our block that it'll block a punch, defense needs to be the next thing. We need to be actually able to slip punches, slip the jab in the two. We need to be able to actually duck under for hooks, lean back. As not just not the weave current lean back, because that's what all people are doing is the weave, and they're just leaning back. That's the only defensive mechanic anyone can trust. So we need to definitely hone in on some of the defensive mechanics next. That's something Finest had brought up. And again, he doesn't say a lot, but when he does talk, it's just value. So he's definitely the MVP of the focus group. In SCI 2, with the focus group, with the play testing, just please keep in mind, if you make any changes to anything, if you buff or nerf anything, just keep in mind, how will this play online? Just focus on how that will play online and go from there. We don't want to kill one meta to start another meta. So yeah, that's pretty much this is just kind of me rambling at this point, but I wanted to do this, get this all out. Some of this stuff. And then yeah, after defense, not even after defense, at the same time as defense, let's add some stopping power to the jab. Just make the jab the strong tool that it is. Get some different jab animations. But yeah, that's all I got. I'll see y'all in the next one.